Good morning, comrades. As many of you should probably know by now, I have started working at Rimac Automobili, so I have moved to Zagreb, and this movement involved also me getting an actual car to get from A to B and also to C. So I think right now it's time to unveil it. Before I'm actually going to show you my car, let me thank you, the sponsor of today's video. I'm just kidding, there is no such thing. But let me explain to you why I have chosen for this particular model, because there were a couple of criteria when I was looking for a car, because actually, after all, it is my first private car that I'm going to own since 2013. So like, yeah, 7 years by now, ever since it was always company's cars that I was able to drive. So like even the Sub 7 Up was an Apex car that I was very fortunate. And again, so thank you to Robert for being able to do that. But now I needed to have an actual private car, and I tried to get a private car for the last 3 years because i30N, then I canceled it, then Supra, then I canceled it, and now this. So what was a very important criteria? First of all, it needed to be fuel efficient because, as you know, again, I'll be traveling quite often to the Nürburgring. And the reason for this every 2 weeks occurrence of me going there has to do with the fact that every 2 weeks I will still be shooting What's Up Audi, which is located in Ingolstadt. And Ingolstadt is exactly in the middle between Zagreb and Nürburgring, or for UK, Zagreb and Nürburgring, something like that, yeah. So 600 kilometers to Ingolstadt and then another 500 to the Nürburgring. And I've been doing the same trips from 500 kilometers from Nürburgring to Munich or to Ingolstadt, up and down every time. So basically for me it's the same thing now, just driving in a straight line and then driving back. So 1100 kilometers one way, then 1100 kilometers back, some track driving 2 times a month, which will mean roughly, well, actually over 5,000 kilometers, which is a lot. In case you're wondering, why don't you fly there? Well, I checked, and with driving from my home to the airport, waiting there, flying there, waiting at the airport, driving with a rental car to Ingolstadt from Munich, driving back, and then etc. Time-wise, you don't save anything, but you actually spend a lot of more money, and it's less efficient because I will not be having my own car. So, needed to be fuel efficient. Having said that, and thereby it is actually a diesel engine, yes, and because I enjoyed having the Audi S6 a lot because the fuel efficiency was great, and this one is probably maybe even better. We will find out. Well, not after I'm gonna be modifying it. And speaking of modifications, this was the second criteria. You need to be able to modify this car in a bit, well, in a certain way. Because not every car is perfect for the track. So it is a relatively popular car to be modified, but still very uncommon because it's a diesel engine, yes, as I mentioned, so I kind of give it away. So another criteria was it needs to be something special. I cannot get another E36 BMW that everyone has at the Nürburgring. Although maybe majority of you would actually like to see that content. How can you build like a base ring tool that everyone has? What does it take to? But I think doing something more unconventional would be more interesting. And finally, most importantly, regarding to being special, it needs to be relatable, it needs to be affordable, because I believe the reason why the Sub 7 Up again was so popular, and even if we would even take a step further back, like the E36 shitbox, why everyone fell in love with that thing back in the days, was because it's something that everyone could relate to, because this is something that pretty much anyone could buy. This is like the lowest range of tier cars that you can get. It's pretty much a shitbox, and the car that I have might be considered to be a shitbox, and I hope you will fall in love with it as much as I will do. But so far, I already enjoy it. So now it's time to reveal it. All right, are you ready? It is the one and only Mark IV Golf, not GTI, but TDI with the red eye. The first thing that I want to say about it is that it is in absolutely immaculate condition. You can see it on camera as well. The paint job looks absolutely great. It is a car from 2003 and everything is, well, spot on. It's a bit dusty, but then again, it's been standing here for almost a month because I bought it back in December and then parked here, and now I need to get a new place for the car. And actually, speaking of which, it's been standing for a month. I hope it actually still starts. Well, at least it opens, so that's a start. One of the first mods that I will immediately do to the car is steering wheel, because it does look a bit old, but let's see if it starts. We hear something, so that's a start. Yeah, we definitely need to let the car run for a while, because that didn't sound too good. Okay, you can see the first thing already, 239,000 kilometers. For people who are interested, I paid for this car slightly over 3,000 euros, roughly 3,100. And for that price, you would see cars with 340,000 kilometers on the clock, older models. And this one, again, 2003, it's a so-called Pacific. Let me turn around the camera. Pacific edition, yep. Climate control, automatic climate control, power windows, yep. And also, 5-door car, yep. And I got already some stuff here that I left in December when I was coming here. Also came with a set of winter tires, yep. Airbag for the passenger. It is actually a pretty spec car. And my favorite part about this, so you cannot see it now, but it's the blue dashboard at night. It looks so amazing. In fact, when we were buying this car, we had an appointment for a second option. And should I turn it off by now? Maybe for a bit, while I can still talk to you guys. We had an option for a second car, and after we did a test drive with this one, I said, cancel the second guy, because this is absolutely perfect. The way that the car steers, it is as good as new. It was owned by the same owner for the last 6 years, and he actually imported it from Germany. And the reason for him for sell this car was because he had a family expansion and he could not fit 2 child seats on the back. So again, I'm very excited to start doing a couple of interesting things with it. So what's going to happen with this car? Let's let it run for a bit and then we can go outside. Now it starts a lot better. So yeah, definitely battery needed some saving. Yeah, we also need to put some fuel in it for sure. What's this? Oh, it's a fuel button. That's nice. So as I already mentioned, I definitely want to change the steering wheel for an Alcantara wrap. The radio will be replaced by a modern version, double DIN panel with Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, etc. And also upgraded speakers, because as I told you, I'll be doing lots of trips and I really like my music. Now, another upgrade related to the driver's comfort will be different seats. Usually I would say, okay, let's go for Recaro pool position, the bucket seats, but since I'll be doing lots of long distances, I decided to go for Recaro Sportster CS. So it will be still comfortable, but on track, yes, on track, this baby definitely will go on track. It will be, well, lots of supportive, so to say. On the brakes, yeah, definitely some brakes, because again, track driving, not gonna go for big brake kit, but some caliper reinforcements, different brake discs, braided lines, different pads, the basics that we do usually at Apex on the cars as well. And then finally, let's pull it. Oh, someone died over winter, too bad. This bad boy, yeah, will we do something with this? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, 5 minutes after I purchased this car, I wrote the email to Darkside Developments. Works like a charm. Yes, we really need to refuel. The car doesn't like that idea of having an empty tank. So again, wrote the email to Darkside Developments because I had a very good experience with their cars, the 360 horsepower all-wheel drive Skoda Citigo that I drove last year, the Audi A5 TDI as well that I drove last year on the ring, and that was amazing. So I said, well, I have something that maybe you can help me out with. So we are planning something exciting, interesting together. First of all, is going to be 6-speed gearbox conversion, because I'll be again doing lots of long distances, so that will be beneficial to reduce fuel reduction, but also for the strength of the gearbox once we'll start upping the horsepower. The plans with that, we will start with something basic, so like a small turbo upgrade and exhaust intake, remap. And after that, who knows, depending also how much you like the series and how much I will enjoy the car and be willing to sacrifice not only lots of money, but maybe reliability, we might end up building an engine. Who knows? We will see how crazy we'll go, you know. Also, a massive shout out to JRZ, because as well, they agreed to supply a suspension for it, so I'm excited for that. And who knows what will... I know. You'll get your fuel. I just need to get my license plate. Hopefully, in the next couple of days, we'll put you on plates and you'll get fuel, because I hate running an empty tank. That's also not really good for the car. Yeah, so who knows who else we're gonna tag along the way, but I'm very excited for it to hit the Croatia's Zagreb street tuning racing scene. No, let's not do that. But making trips to the Nürburgring and do some laps with it. And again, I want to say a massive, I don't know, you can actually blame everyone George, you know, a mechanic from Apex, because he has a Golf TDI, and he said you should get it because this is like the most reliable car. And I was thinking about it. Yes, it is a reliable car. Moreover, it's like very Slav spec car because they're so popular here. Oh, by the way, look at this amazing feature. Awesome cup holders. I love it. Furthermore, what's great is that there's no smoke coming from the exhaust, even after standing still for how long? For a month. But to conclude, I am very excited to start driving the car finally. Hopefully, I will be able to register it next week, and then all the journey that I'll be taking you along with me. So I hope you guys are just as excited. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. Maybe you think it's a very bad idea, maybe it's very stupid. But I hope you're excited, and we are going to have lots of fun with this. I don't know, how should we call it? The car needs to have a name. I was thinking of Golf of Ring, or like Geralt of Ring, because Geralt of Rivia. I'm a big Witcher fan, and also before the actual series, I've invested like over 100 hours in the game. Or maybe something more like Croatian, Golub. It means pigeon. No, it's not Archie Hamilton car. No. I don't know, maybe you can suggest a name in the comments. So thanks for watching, and see you next time, either here, or maybe somewhere there. Bye.